Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm going to make a zombie bite on my arm. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some wax and I'm just going to roll it in my hands. And it's really good if you use some petroleum jelly to put on your fingers so this wax does not stick. It really makes a difference with the malleability of the clay, because if you don't use anything, it just basically just sticks to your hands and you will lose your mind. So use petroleum jelly, it works wonders. So I'm just going to take it and roll it into a little line as you saw, and I'm going to put it on my arm and I'm going to rub in the top part. Then I'm going to take that petroleum jelly again and I'm just going to smooth out all of the rough places. And as you can tell, yes, this is not the color of my skin, but I'm going to work on that afterwards. I do not have a skin illustrator that helps with making the color look perfectly the same, but I'll do my best. So here I'm going to take a spatula and I'm going to rub in the wax on the inside of the bite. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to kind of scrape away some of the wax and I'm going to make the teeth marks. So I'm going to try to make it resemble a bite. So taking little pieces out for the teeth, and then I'm just going to wipe that excess wax away, just like so. And it is alright to not do this perfectly. I mean, people, not everyone has perfect teeth, and neither do zombies, because, they're just people that are dead. Or are they? So now I'm just wiping some excess wax away. Is it excess wax? I'm wiping it away. And I'm doing this because I would like to be able to smooth it down even more so the seam is less noticeable. So just keep scraping it away until it looks fine. Now take your petroleum jelly and rub that seam out and make it look as seamless as possible. And then take your petroleum jelly and coat the inside where you just did your teeth bite marks and make it look smooth as well. There's that part. So now we're just going to take some more of the wax and we're going to do the bottom bite. So I did not make this part of the bite as thick as the top. The bottom was much thinner of a strip that I put on, mainly because, top teeth are usually gonna, bite first, so it takes a deeper cut out of it. And I guess the way I was thinking about it is like zombies are like injecting venom, so like if it comes from their top portions of their teeth, then I don't know. Zombies aren't real. Are they? So I'm just taking the petroleum jelly and I'm just smoothing it out. Just like that. And then I'm going to basically do the same thing on the bottom as I did with the top. And I'm going to draw in teeth. And I'm just going to wipe away the excess wax with that spatula. And I try to count how many little marks I make, because if you have like 20 on top, 20 on bottom, it's really unrealistic, because nobody has teeth that are like that many that it would show up on a bite. And you may be asking, why is it so like high up? And the reason I did this is because I wanted it to look swollen, because this is an infected area. And of course, if you like take a chunk out of your skin like that, like it's going to swell up, because it's just your body's natural reaction. So now I'm just wiping Vaseline all over the inside with a brush, and I'm just kind of smoothing it out. Then I'm taking this stipple brush, which is basically just like a wire brush, and I am giving it just a little bit of texture, trying to smooth it out, trying to make it look more like skin. Now I have really red skin and I have freckles and I have hairy arms, so it's really hard for me as a beginner to match that skin tone, especially since I don't really have like the Skin Illustrator, because those are like $90 and I'm just not there yet. But I'm trying my best, and I most likely will be covering this up with blood every time until I perfect that, and that is what I do in this effect as well. As you'll see, I cover it up with blood. So I'm just taking liquid latex now and I'm just going over the bite, trying to like kind of seal off that wax, and I'm making sure, and yeah, I'm putting this liquid latex on my hair, but I actually do not recommend this because it stuck really bad and it hurts and it feels like it's ripping your hairs out one by one. So if you're going to do this, I would say either shave that part of your arm, which I know is a little extreme, or do it on a part of your body where you don't have very much hair, because liquid latex is absolutely brutal whenever it comes to your hair. And it does also, since I'm on the topic of what liquid latex does, it stains your shirts. So make sure you're not wearing a shirt that you care about, and if you are, then keep it away from your shirt. Be super careful. So now it's dry and you can see it's a little shiny, and right here is whenever I was supposed to put on the setting powder, and I did not, but I will do that later. But I skipped that step and I started putting on the paint. So I took black and I'm going to just paint the inside of the wound. So again, this is my first zombie bite and I'm kind of experimenting, so it is not perfect. I put the black in on the inside of the wound. I, make sure that it's in every teeth groove, because I'm trying to go for like a deep look. I want it to look like a deep bite. I want it to look like gross and infected, but I kind of had to try a couple times to make it look the way that I would settle with. So after this black, as you're about to see, I took some red paint and I put it in there. And I don't know why I did this, because if anyone knows anything about colors, they know that red and black together make brown. And basically, people do not bleed brown. And I was, bleeding brown because I mixed red and black. And, it looked bad. So you'll see that in a minute. It did not look good. Right now, it does not look good. So I'm like, oh, red. The depth thing did not work for me. So I'm just going to put red on it and I'm just going to cover it up. And since I didn't wait for it to dry, good old me, smart thinking, made brown. And you can't really tell it's brown here, but it is. And so I'm trying to put like thick layers of red in there, and I'm like, this is just not working. Samantha, what are you doing? You're recording. You can't be messing up. People are gonna be like judging you and stuff. But hey, I'm a beginner, right? So I decide that I just want to kind of start over, and I take a cotton ball and I start to try to pat it out of there. And what do you know? It looked really awesome. So the black fell into the parts where the teeth would bite, and the center looks red, which is exactly what I was going for. So hey, it never hurts to experiment and mess up and try to find your favorite way of doing things. So now I'm taking that setting powder that I missed the step on, and I'm just putting it all over. And then I realize that the seams look even more noticeable. I'm trying to get rid of the shine of the liquid latex, and it looks really weird now. So I'm trying to take base powder, which is the color of my skin, and I'm trying to go over it and nothing good is coming of it. So at this point, whenever I realized that I'm just going to use Big Blood to cover that seam. So, you know, that's just how it has to happen sometimes. I'm definitely not a professional. So here comes the fake blood. This is by far my favorite blood. It goes on very well, but it does stain your skin very easily and your clothes. So be careful with it. So I like to put this on pretty thick because, you know, blood, it like pulls very well. So I put it in those teeth divots and it kind of pulls in right there, and I really like that look. So I just make sure that it looks really well in those little teeth marks. And then I take a stipple sponge, which is that wire brush that I use to add some texture, and I put some blood on it, which you're about to see, and I put the blood all over. And stipple sponges are really good for putting blood on your skin because it makes it look like the blood was actually splattered, and so that's why I like to do that. A lot of artists like to do that as well. I guess it's like a common thing, and I got the idea off of YouTube videos, so who knows, maybe the professionals do it too. But, you know, I'm taking my sweet old time now doing this. And then I'm kind of brushing it into the center because it doesn't look like that great all in the teeth, I notice. So now I'm taking blood and I'm covering up the seams, and as you can tell, it looks really awesome, and I was super happy with it. I think that it turned out absolutely amazing. I was really proud of it for it being my first ever zombie bite, and I kind of made it like my own. Like, I didn't look into how everyone else made theirs, I just went with it, and I think it turned out really well. And yeah, so now I'm taking blood gel and I'm filling in some spots where I would like there to be like clotted blood, and just everywhere where I just see like kind of like a hole, I'm putting that clotted blood. And my camera was not focusing either right here, so you can't really see exactly what I'm doing, but hey, the camera is really focused in on my ring and the jar of blood, so hey, maybe that was just more important, I just don't know it. But yeah, so putting on the blood gel, making it look kind of clotted, like maybe I had been bitten for a little bit and it was like already starting to dry. That looks awesome. Yummy. So now I'm just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. I have like the blood drying in the center, it looks clotted. And now I just like to kind of tap that blood to make it look a little bit less, I guess, splotchy, make it look more real, like I was actually hurting. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.